Next guest says he's not expecting major breakthroughs to occur on Secretary Raimondo's trip, but says it could be more important to the Chinese than Secretary Janet Yellen's trip earlier this summer. For more, let's bring in our friend Dennis Unkovic, partner at Meyer, Unkovic and Scott. Dennis, you make the case that Secretary Raimondo is not just your sort of ordinary commerce secretary, but is invested with kind of special authority and power. Explain.
That's right, Tyler. For years, Commerce Department was basically this is American business. We want to make friends. And they even ran things like the oceans. But what they have become recently is the box in which export controls are imposed or not imposed on foreign countries. And so in the past, if you had a level of Treasury and state and defense up here, commerce was down here. Now, I think she has an enormous amount of power, which is why I think the Chinese are at least happy to have her at this point come to China.
Well, where do you think, Dennis, they could find common ground?
Contessa, I think the Chinese have very little leverage at this point over the United States. They cannot. I think the last thing that Eunice said a minute ago was the Commerce Department will not discuss export controls as they apply to national security. And so that is really the most important thing that I think has come out here. The Chinese economy, as was pointed out a minute ago with Evergrande and the rest, has very serious economic problems. And so at the end of the day, the Chinese have got to give something up to the U.S. because I don't think the U.S. is in a position to really offer them anything.
So let's talk about what Secretary Raimondo, as reported by Eunice, just said, and that is that, hey, let's not lose track of the fact that the export controls affect or touch really only about 1% of U.S.-China trade. But it's an important 1%. Are we, I guess my question is, are we keeping those export controls in the proper perspective vis-a-vis their size in the trade relationship?
Two things. I think in the past, we didn't take very seriously the importance of export controls. And so a lot of the problems we have in the microchip industry that we're feeling now were there. The second thing is that those limitations on export controls are not really negotiable.
Well, we removed export controls for 27 Chinese companies. That's a step in the direction that China wants.
Our economy may only be 1% related to microchips, but the thing that the U.S. has decided to do under Biden is to be more aggressive, Contessa, in making technology the leading edge of America's economy. And I think that's why it's not a 1% issue. It's much larger. And the Chinese, as you know, have cut off people like Micron who were selling chips to them and replaced them with Chinese suppliers. So I really don't see a very good way forward at this point.